Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about some updates from Friday practice in Hungary and an incident involving Max Verstappen. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Fernando Alonso, who did end up missing the first free practice session in Hungary. Now, Alonso was scheduled to take part in FP1. There was no rookie scheduled to take his place for the session. But in a statement ahead of free practice 1, Aston Martin said that Alonso's part in the weekend was still under assessment as he continues treatment for a muscular injury in his back. And as a result, Aston Martin's reserve driver Felipe Drugovich took his place. And in a statement, Aston Martin said in the days following the Belgian Grand Prix, Alonso has been managing a muscular injury in his back. As he continues with treatment this morning, he has chosen to sit out FP1. Felipe Drugovich will drive in FP1 alongside Lance Stroll. A decision will then be made on Fernando's participation in FP2 and the remainder of the weekend in due course. Now, that statement did put Alonso's participation for the rest of the weekend in doubt because they were assessing whether Alonso could take part in the rest of the weekend. But Alonso was back in the car for FP2, with Aston Martin saying he chose to sit out the opening practice session to limit his time in the car as he manages a muscular injury in his back. Having undergone further treatment this morning and medically cleared by the FIA, Fernando will be back in the AMR 25 alongside Lance Stroll. So yeah, it looks like Fernando will be continuing the weekend as normal without any issues. But let's move on to Mercedes, with the team deciding to revert to its pre-Imola specification suspension for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Now, as we know, Mercedes had a promising start to the season. They did not have the fastest car, but George Russell and Kimi Antonelli were putting in good performances. But in the last few races, Mercedes have seen a downturn in performances, and with Russell having all his experience, he is putting the car in decent positions still, but rookie Antonelli is struggling and he's been on a miserable run of form. And now Mercedes has decided to revert to an older specification suspension for this weekend to try and solve some of the problems of what's going on. And speaking about it from his point of view, Antonelli said, as quoted by The Race, "This weekend we're going back on the old suspension and that will hopefully bring the feeling back. Since we moved to that suspension, apart from Canada, I've been struggling to drive the car and get the confidence. Probably also my side, I didn't adapt the best because I was always trying to keep my style and to drive the way I wanted, but it didn't really work out. George, on the other hand, has been adapting better, also as a different driving style, also being able to adapt better. That's what's been hurting me in the European season. Hopefully going back to the old suspension, it will bring back the feeling I had prior to the start of the European season." But let's move on to Max Verstappen, with him being caught up in an incident in free practice 2 in Hungary. Now, basically, Verstappen was spotted throwing a small towel outside his cockpit on the inside of turn 3. Basically, footage show Verstappen pulling to the inside of the corner exit, slowing down a lot, before lifting up and throwing out what appeared to be a towel of some sort. Now, it's not captured where the small towel landed, but Verstappen is being investigated for this incident, with Verstappen being summoned to the stewards for allegedly being released in an unsafe condition. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.